Beatson's account, including the storming of the fort of Srirangpatna on 4th May. So those details were another important source. And it was only later, much later, that secondary sources started coming in terms of, I just name a few: Mysuru Dorigada Purva Vijaya Vivara, Mysuru Rajara Charitre, then Keladi Nripa Vijayam, then Modern Mysore by Shamarao, and Mummadi Krishnaraja Vodiyar Charitre by Lingannaya, then Shingarayya's Chamaraja Vodiyar Charitre, and so on. And from the royal family itself, the first attempt that was made to document their history was in the form of quite a mammoth Hadegannada kind of epic, which was called Shriman Maharaja Ravara Vamshavali, or the Annals of the Mysore Royal Family. So somewhere slowly the need for documentation started creeping in, even amongst the royalists too. So the natural question which maybe people would ask then is, okay, is Splendors of Royal Mysore then just pick something from here, something from there, and try to fuse all of them together into this massive book which lies here? No, that is where I guess the modern perspective of chronicler of today comes into mind, where all these books which we're talking about are all as old as the 1800s, 1900s. Today in 2008, are we able to sit back and look at it with a cold, rational eye? Are we able to analyze and dissect each of these incidents and episodes? And that is where I think I've made a very small and humble attempt in sketching this history, drawing at the same time from all these different sources. The history of Mysore lends itself to a lot of controversy, and recently it's unfortunate that, and we live in difficult times, as Srimati Shashi Deshpande mentioned. History, after religion, if there is something that affects people's sensibilities, it is history. And so, whether it's a book on the Queen, whether it is a film about some Mughal emperor, everything lends itself to a lot of debate. And especially in the story of Mysore, you have these 40 years of interregnum period where the kingdom was usurped by Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan. And that is where there are so many contradicting commentaries and historians. Each one contradicts the other. So for someone like me who doesn't have a baggage, I'm not a leftist historian, I'm not a rightist historian, I don't belong to any of those ideological schools. So where do I draw the line, and what do I take as the middle path? And that is what is the kind of approach that I have tried to bring in here. The other issue is the number of myths and legends. As I said, the first definitive account itself was in 1810. The early Vodiyars from 1399 to even 1640, most of the accounts are through word of mouth, and so you have the typical Ajikates which go on for most of these. Some of the typical stories being the famous Curse of Talkad and Rani Almailamma. And today, rationalists probably sit and debate whether Rani Almailamma existed itself. But I must share this interesting incident with you. I had been to the Panchalinga Darshana at Talkad, and it was, first of all, I was so overawed by the sea